on this out there. I'm not the most technically savvy person. Maybe I am, and I think that might help me with things like this. So it doesn't start off this again. But what I really wanted to show is that we do have support from all levels of state government, of industry partners, of our educational system, both on the secondary and post-secondary side, to really move the needle forward. Governor Fox talked about how we have a very low unemployment rate in Utah that has been hovering around 2%, a little higher than lower over the last several months. This last month, we've announced that our private sector growth rate is 3.8%. That means there's 3 open jobs for every 1 person. So we have to do something different, right? We have to look at creative ways to get more workforce, trying to build a minimum pool in order to draw from. So that's really what this opportunity does. When we talk about high quality apprenticeship program, we talk about the elements of what makes high quality, and that is someone is hired, someone receives a mentor, and they are able to establish benchmarks and show that they know what they're learning and can prove to their employer that they're progressing. Along with that comes progressive wages. They're able to increase their wages through their apprenticeship and then even top out at a journey wage once they complete their apprenticeship program. You also get certifications, industry certifications, and a national certification by the Department of Labor because you've been involved in the registered apprenticeship program. What does that mean for our students or job seekers? That's helpful one that if they move on, switch employers, move to another state, they participated in a rigorous program that was approved. And so when someone does something in manufacturing in Utah, they can then turn around and do the same thing in Colorado. And that's the value of having our registered apprenticeship programs here. The other value is that when you're working with your state agencies or any government partners, there's access to federal funding to help support your programs. This can offset costs for training, offset costs for the mentoring to occur, help pay for the certifications. There's a lot of different things besides, and in addition to wraparound support for employment supports that can go with that in helping the apprentice be successful in what they're doing. So there's a lot of opportunities for that, and we're here to help you. And I did have a few slides, but I'm going to save you from those because a lot of the things that we're going to talk about really just prime you for what's going to be discussed in the apprenticeship breakouts. And yes, we did have 4 breakouts: 1 construction, manufacturing, IT along cyber, and then healthcare. Does that mean we don't care about the other industries? Absolutely not. But as you can see, this is a big task. And so we chose a few that were really growing in our state and that we're truly building some momentum in. And there's also other industries that are connected to the 4 that we selected to take a look at this year. So if you're not in one of those industries, we suggest that you go to any of them because I will guarantee you will find something, a little nugget that will work in your industry as well. We also want our education partners to be able to learn about these opportunities that are out there so that they can share them with their students and even with their family members. If you have kids, I have kids, I've talked to them about internships. I'm one that I like to say, put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to have someone to do something that I wouldn't do myself or suggest. And that's what makes me a champion and makes me passionate about what I do, because I know that I'm improving lives of others should affect my family and their family and so on and so forth. And so again, we want to applaud you for taking the stride and coming today and learning more for those of you that are new to the space, but also for those of you that have been in the space for some time to share your knowledge with others, share why you got into apprenticeships, what the return on investment has been for your company. What are some of the things you wish you would have known before you started your program? And that way we help those that are considering this opportunity. What are some of the challenges you face? But then how do you overcome them? Those sorts of things. Your return on investment. We're also going to have the opportunity to hear from some apprentices. We did this last month with our IT hybrid event, and we had great feedback from that because we get to see the whole circle of who this affects. And hearing from the apprentices themselves, they talk about what their background is. You can see that they come from many different backgrounds, many different ages, and then what their future looks like and how this benefited them. And so right now, I'm going to show you a quick video that we have from our business partners about the benefits that they have received in apprenticeship. And then we will move on to the breakout sessions. And then in between, I encourage you to visit our exhibit pages. We have resources for each of you here, whether you're an educator, whether you're a parent, whether you're a student, a job seeker, an industry person new to the space, or one that has been engaged for a long time, because we really want to benefit all parties involved.
We found that one of the best strategies for growing a workforce is to grow them within the organization. I just can't think of a better way to do that than with an apprenticeship program.
It turns into something that they now have the tools and the knowledge that they need to be able to actually build a career. And then obviously that helps our business grow because we're able to train up apprentices that didn't know anything about auto body and turn them into journeymen where they know everything there is to know about auto body.
You learn software development by building software. You don't learn it by reading a book about it. I guess it's helpful to learn a book at the beginning, but you learn it by doing it.
We get a return on investment with that because we're training people and hopefully retaining them. We take a lot of pride in providing a work atmosphere that people want to work in and that want to stay with us, for a career.
The apprenticeship benefits the companies by getting quality trained individuals through their apprenticeship and move it on to be journeyman linemen, and the companies value that just because you've got a highly trained workforce.
We had realized that our mechanics were lacking some information about the new and upcoming technologies, so we had to find a way to fill that gap, and we felt apprenticeship really worked.
Apprenticeship is the model where you are able to bring people in and actually test them as entry-level employees, but you give them the scaffolding they need to succeed where many other entry-level employees fail.
It's enabled us to structure a training program where people know exactly what they need to do to be successful in their career.
Sure, the apprentice program is a 3.5-year, 7,000 hours of on-the-job training with 114 hours a year of classroom training. They also include 650 hours of energized work training.
We have an online education system for collision repair that we have them registered in and have them starting to take courses in that. And then once they've taken those courses, then they meet with their hands-on technician, like an actual journeyman technician, and they teach them those operations that they've learned through that online course.
I think the return on investment from apprenticeship has been astronomical, and I think it really has more to do with, one, we obviously have a high retention, but I think also the culture. We have employees who know that UTA is investing in them and they want the best for their employees, and so employees tend to want the best for UTA. And so it really is this reciprocal kind of benefit.
Apprenticeship is absolutely the #1 solution to workplace diversity and inclusion issues that many technology companies face.
So I would definitely recommend an apprenticeship program to anybody in any industry.
I think the apprenticeship program is the only way to go. Train your people the right way to do things, and you'll benefit from that.
I'm effectively committed at this point to only hiring people through an apprenticeship program. It's just good business.
This is truly how they feel about the programs that they have. So again, I welcome you all today. happy that you're here to celebrate National Apprenticeship Week with us. There are more events taking place throughout the state and throughout the nation. You can find information at apprenticeship.utah.gov, but also apprenticeship.gov. Apprenticeship.gov has all of the events listed nationally. So I do want to recognize that we do have Pat Miller here. She is our state director in Utah for the Department of Labor Office of Apprenticeship. We have a great partnership, and I truly appreciate what we do together. We really, she likes to say that we're the face of apprenticeship and we are Team Utah. And that's truly how we interact and how we work and support each other, is working together in order to advance this program. The governor hit on a couple of key points that I forgot that I was going to mention to you. Since my position was put into play and I began working even more closely with Pat, and we've been able to promote apprenticeship programs and develop a media campaign and develop tools and resources that we can use here in Utah. We have developed 68 new programs in 3 years. Last year alone, we more than doubled the women that were participating in apprenticeship programs. We went from 93 to 100. Our demographics in apprenticeship very closely mirror our demographics in the state of Utah. We're actually higher in every category but one. So it just shows that we truly are looking at unique and innovative ways to help our employers. And you'll hear more later when we're talking about pre-apprenticeships and youth apprenticeships and some of our specialized populations and what benefits they have, what their strengths are, and how we can get connected. And then we will hear from our keynote speaker at lunchtime from Jacob. He's got a unique story himself, but also again provides some additional resources for those that are participating in the registered apprenticeship program. So welcome. I hope you all have a great day. I will be around if any of you have questions. We also have a team member in each of our breakout sessions that you can ask them any questions that you need to. Well, our breakout sessions are going to be in building D2, which is this way, Jeremy. Okay. Next building over, and we will have some signs, and it should be in your packets when we do the breakout session. Don't go out this first next building. Go through the vendors and everything, down the hall, and then just go into one of the first floors. You can go to the middle of the building, or you go to the side building upstairs. And when there's elevators, there's an elevator that's in the middle of the next building. So we are outside for like this month. And do something later.